Okay, so I'm recording this on Zoom and I'm also looking at Facebook, but I'm holding the phone up just in case, because I think the interference from the computer irritates the one on in my hand, my mobile. So I'm going to press live now. So if I'm not looking here, then you know that I'm looking at the camera here, because I've just got a bit of a message around Easter, and just I don't fully know what's going to come out of my mouth, but I just feel as though we need a bit of a conversation about Easter. So just make sure this water's at this side. I don't want to stay too long, but I'm just mindful. So I'm going to press start on the video and see what we come up with and see what we come out with if it records. So I'm hoping it's recording here on the computer. Let's see if it's recording live on Facebook. So hi, I'm just wondering if there is anybody who is able to come online. I've invited a couple of people to see if you can hear me on this mobile setting. So I've just got a bit of a message that I want to share here on today, on Easter Sunday. So I'm hoping that a couple of people that I invited are able to come along and let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. I've done everything to make it that way, but I do know that sometimes it doesn't always work. I'm also filming on Zoom. I can't do a live from Zoom to here, or else I would have been doing a live from the Zoom, but it's telling me that there's some problems with it. So my conversation today is about Easter. And I've had quite a few people that have messaged me some Easter messages, which is lovely. Hi, Ali. Ali, are you able to hear me? Because I know that sometimes the phone plays up. If you can, then just send me loads of love. How are you all doing in America over there? How's it going for you? Because I know you're a frontliner, so thank you for all the work that you are doing. And how are you doing? Let me know if it's working. If you can hear my voice, then that'll be fantastic. If not, I don't know what I'm going to do. In fact, if not, I'll record and put it up there. Can you just let me know, Ali, if you can hear me? Hello. So difficult, isn't it? Because there's no point in wasting the voice if I can't be heard. Hello, can you hear me? If you just let me know that you can, then that'd be fantastic. Sorry, I'm filming from my mobile because the Zoom won't work on the computer. So if you just let me know that you can hear me, then that'll be absolutely fantastic. Thank you for joining. I've just got a bit of a conversation around Easter. Hey, thank you so much, Ellie. Do you know, I know that there's a delay on the computer and on the internet. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm really going to make this a really quick conversation. And it is great to be able to interact here. Happy Easter are the messages that are currently being sent to my inbox today. And I wondered what people mean by that. I wonder, hi, thank you, Sia, for joining, and Ellie and Ali. I'm wondering what people mean by Easter, because a lot of people don't actually, I don't know if people really believe in Easter. Do people really believe in Easter? Do people believe in God? Which God do people believe in, if that's the case? So the reason why I'm asking this question, thank you so much for the love. I love the love hearts. They make this process a bit easier. The reason why I'm asking this question, and feel free to comment below, is that many of us are really fearful of talking about religion, aren't we? Many of us are, there's messages popping up and everything, oh, just move that down. There's many of us are frightened to talk about religion. And this is a really good time to talk about our perceived religion in many ways. Because when we talk about Easter, what do you actually mean? What do I mean? What do you mean? I don't actually send people Easter messages. And I think that's because I was brought up in the Christian church. I was brought up Protestant. Terrified. Yeah, a lot of people are terrified of talking about religion because it's not an easy subject to talk about. I think one of the reasons why it's not easy to talk about is that religion has been gifted to us, or I believe that religion, God, was gifted to me through the church. So I was brought up in a church where, do you know what? Basically, the people weren't very nice. That's the bottom line. The people weren't very nice. If you're resonating, then I ask people just to press that heart and just to keep it going. Press that heart, because this is all about love. And one of the things that our world has been corrupted by, in my opinion, it might be your opinion, again, press the heart if you agree, then thank you so much for the heart. then many of us have been dictated to in terms of what we call God. And what I found, and I'm just sharing my story, was that I was brought up in a church. And I used to go on a Sunday. I used to love going to church on a Sunday. I used to love the sense of community until I got a little bit older and I realized that actually I didn't feel that community at all. I felt that there was a lot of anger, suppressed anger in the church that I grew up in, and I could feel it. So I could feel that people's hearts weren't really in it, as far as they weren't like me. And because I think I was a minority in the church, which was okay, I felt that I wasn't, there was like a bit of confusion, you know, was it because of the colour of my skin, or was it because actually the environment just didn't feel right? And so I know that talking to a lot of people don't believe in religion. They don't have a belief. And in a way, that's a really good thing. However, I also question when people say Happy Easter, what do they mean? What does Easter mean to them? Because it's only recently that I've been able to really reconnect with the understanding of God. Bear with me, this isn't a religious training at all. Please send some love. I'm trying to really break it down. What I realised was that when I was going to church, I loved the idea, and I hope not to cry, I loved the idea of community. I loved the idea of people gathering together and having soulful conversations. I loved the idea of belonging to a space where people could just be themselves and to really express that feeling, that warm feeling inside. And I didn't get that from the church. I didn't get it from religion. I didn't get it. And I remember when I got married, my ex-husband now, but I remember him saying to me, he didn't believe in the church. He just didn't believe that a man with a collar in a black suit, you know, preaching to him was what it was all about. It's all I want. It's all that you want. Brilliant. It's all I want. Yes. Maybe you can explain that. And that was the thing. It was kind of like this space was kind of felt like it was hijacked by people who weren't necessarily coming from the heart. And that was what I felt as a child. It wasn't that it was just from a feeling. I was thinking, I don't feel like I'm like these people. I feel different. And it's not everybody, but you know what? I could feel people being suppressed. I could feel people not expressing themselves fully. And actually, I felt a lot of confused people, absolutely confused. And now when I think back more than ever, and so I went to my cousin's recently, about 6 months ago, and he asked me, I've just got one question for you. And when he said it, I just thought, oh yeah, here we go. I know this question. I know this question because I've had it so many times. Do you believe in God? And I said to him, that's between me and my God. That if we are born in the image of God, that means we're all God. What God actually means is love. That's what I believe. God means love. And that was for me and my cousin, as we had the conversation, I thought, actually, we believe in the same, thing. It's just got different names to it. I just wanted a space where, yeah, see, I completely hear you there. I wanted a space where many can be themselves and connect with something bigger than themselves. That's what I want. And I never found it in the church either. Thank you so much for sharing that, because this is the kinds of conversations that are a bit kind of like can push people a little bit. But you know what? It's time that we need to have these conversations, because I know that that's exactly it. A place, in fact, actually, Sia, you need to go over to We Are the Ambassadors of Change group, because there we've got a group of people that are light in heart, and the intention is that we get to know each other, because none of us know each other. None of us have had the opportunity to fully embrace who we are, because we've never had that space. So if that's called church, the ambassadors, we are the ambassadors of change, then do you know what? That is the place to be, because it's about how do we hold space for each other and share who we are and share our truth and know that there's just unconditional love for every single one of us. That was what when when I went to church, that's what I wanted. I wanted a space where I could be myself, where I could just be. And what I experienced, and it wasn't just one church, there were several churches that I'd been to. I didn't feel that from the community. Do you know what? Can you imagine this? Me and my daughter went to the church, and we used to go every Christmas. We used to go, and well, we used to go all the time actually because we love singing. And so we was in the church, and this particular Christmas, a lady in the church, quite high up in the church, gave me a Christmas card. But what she did was she came up to me and she just said, "I don't know if you believe in Christmas." Now, I thought to myself, let me just think about that. So here I am going to church every Sunday religiously and singing in the church, loved singing. And yet here is a parishioner who is quite a senior in her position who had sneakily gave me this Christmas card saying, "I don't know if you believe in Christmas." And I thought to myself, well, do you say that to everybody? Do you say that to everybody when you're giving somebody a Christmas card? Now, she obviously knew that I was there, and I was there, like everybody else. But the only difference was that me and my daughter were the only black family in the church. So what that immediately said to me, and this is after years of going, you're talking double figures, that she was saying to me I didn't belong. And that's the difference, in that it doesn't matter sometimes where you go. Hi Richard, hi Catalina, hi Thea, thank you so much for joining us. Do send me some love if you're feeling it. Hi Kyle, Johnny, Janet, it's great to see you all. Do send me that heart. It's fantastic to see people. It's great, isn't it, to have this virus that is forcing us all to be at home, and it's actually giving us time to start getting to really know each other. And that's what I'm hoping, that having the group, We Are the Ambassadors of Change, is an opportunity for us to get to really know each other. Because when we come out, hi Crystal, when we come out of this space of quarantine, our world's going to be very different. And how are we going to be? Who are we going to be working with? How are we going to trust people? We need to start now. Really do need to start now. We at the Ambassadors of Change is about getting to know each other, getting to sit and have conversation, getting to listen. Happy waster. What does that mean? Happy waster. That's brilliant. Sorry. Thank you, Crystal. That's brilliant, though. So obviously a typo. I do lots of those. But the intention is, thank you, same to you as well. Happy Easter. Easter, God is within all of us. Yeah. So God and religion are not the same thing at all. We are born in God's image. And that is, I appreciate you, Crystal. I wasn't laughing at you. I think it was because the whole thing of Easter is what we're talking about here. God is within all of us. And this time is about how do we reach within and really pull our God outside of us. And that God is called love. That's what God is. And so for me, I was, like I said, brought up in the church, and really so glad that I had that experience of being in the church, but realized that church is the building. A building is not in here. Our home is in here, and our love resides in here. And so for us to share our essence of who we are, it's about being able to be, not to do, to be. So right now we've got an opportunity to be, to hold space in being and learning about ourselves and our buttons. Hi Heather, hi Mark, to push our buttons. And so Easter for me is about the story of Easter, is about God, Jesus rising up from the dead. That was what was being told. In a way, what we're doing is raising God, our God within us, because there's elements of that story that are true. I'm not here to preach or to share that story with you. All I know is what we're needing to do right now is reach for that God within us. Reach for that, knowing that actually we can raise our God energy, which is our love for each other, our love for humanity. We've never spent a lot of time actually getting to know each other and to really connect with each other and build relationships and build strength in who we are. So I really encourage you to dig within. And if you need to reach out, do reach out. Like I said, we've got a group that is there. We are the Ambassadors of Change. Everybody is welcome. It's about really reaching into our divine feminine energies. Hi, Erica, great for you to join. And bringing those energies out in order to be able to heal our world. And we start healing by healing ourselves. So happy Easter to you. God is love and God is alive. God is working through every single one of us. And I could tell you much, much more, but thank you so much for joining, and thank you so much for all the love. And please spread the word, because yeah, it's all important, isn't it? Much love to all of you. Bye-bye, and thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for the love. I really, really appreciate all of you. Bye-bye for now. So I've just done my life. Honestly, I get so emotional about this whole process of really connecting with people. It's so important to connect from the heart, and yet many of us have been so indoctrinated by our experience in this life that we don't fully know who we are. And because our foundations have been built on falsehood, they've been built on a lie, they've been built on lies that were inherited. And so in order for us to really step up into our truth, we've got to kind of like question those from a loving place, not from a place of anger. And there might be anger, but it's about saying, do you know what, actually, all this information was a potential gift for me. How do I find the compass? And we find the compass by all these navigators, all these experiences, navigators to find our truth. That truth lies within, but it's about being able to sit in a space and share that with other people, share who you are, share what pushes your buttons, be triggered by people to heal. Because that's what triggering does, that when somebody says something to us and we can kind of like take a bit of a step back, it's not them. They've just triggered, their words have triggered something in us, and our reaction or our response is to be able to sit and think, actually, where did that come from? And to thank that person and to let them go and think, do you know what, actually, I really appreciated that. And I know that for myself, when I first came online, I was looking to connect with the divine masculine. And I was looking to connect, to have conversation, and to really connect from the heart. And that wasn't the case. I ended up going on this circus of experiences, which were just like, oh my gosh, I had to write a book about them. But those experiences, as I was writing the book, I realised that the myths of men was about online dating. And it wasn't about dating, it was actually triggering my divine masculine. Those experiences that I had with all the different dates that I'd had and interactions that I had with different men was about triggering different emotions within me and releasing them. It was about rediscovering my love for me and for my love for humanity. And so each trigger enabled me to go within. It took me a while at first, but it made me to go within in order to be able to really bring love to that energy. And that's what relationships are all about. Each one of them are to trigger a response within us in order to be able to heal ourselves, or to heal our relationships, or to heal even further, to heal humanity. So I thank you for watching this Easter special, if that's what I want to call it. But God is here on earth. God, Mother, God of creation, is here on earth and is really helping her children to wake up, to what are we doing in terms of loving and protecting our Mother Earth. How are we doing that? What are we doing? I love you wholly, and I really thank you for watching my video. If you're watching this on YouTube, then go over to Facebook if you're on Facebook and find We Are the Ambassadors of Change group. Join us there in order to be able to start really building our relationships from sharing our stories and connecting with each other on that deeper level. I thank you so much for watching, and much love to you. Bye bye for now.